Welcome to you, Pisces. This is your July tarot reading, coming from the mountains of Java, and I really hope that you enjoy it. I really hope that you get something from it. Pisces. Not sure at this moment what this reading's about, but there's certainly something going on. We're going to have to discover what it is. You look at that middle card, two of wands, and two of wands isn't a bad card. It's about you having choices to make, planning things, thinking between different things. You know, it could be a long way off. It could be overseas even. And that's an energy that runs throughout. But what rather worries me, if we look in your recent past, down on the bottom right there, we have the Three of Wands, whereby you were actually action planning. You were actually planning to do something. And it's though that's taken something of a back seat. Could it be? Could it be because currently we have the Justice card? Now this really is real justice. I mean, it needn't necessarily be a legal case, but it is actual justice here rather than the Judgment card. So it's as though justice has, you know, I mean, it could even be karma, but it's as though justice has had a hand and it set you back. And indeed, if you look at the future, we have the Hermit card. So it's made you introspective, turned inside yourself, looking for answers. So it does feel like something's happening here. It really does. I'm not certain that, although it's set you back, I'm not certain that it's bad. So even though it's justice, it might not be against you. Because the card, the energy that impacts on the outcome is the Page of Cups, and that's you going off looking for new, maybe creative ideas, creative inspiration, maybe love. But you're going off in search of something. Now, the thing that might change the outcome would be the Death card. That's an end to something. So maybe this justice is against you and it brings an end to a previous way of life. Because if you went from action planning to looking at options, it does suggest something has ended. Now, this card needn't necessarily have such an impact on July. So I don't want to get hung up on it just yet. And then we have the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is wise, he's powerful. He's a firm but fair person. He rules, though. He rules. You know, people respect his authority. Now, normally my cards, the energies are about you, not other people's energies. That's how my readings normally are. So if this is you, it's you stepping back into your power. So I still don't know what about that Justice card. Let's look at each one individually. But if you enjoy this reading, can I ask you, please subscribe, hit the bell for future notifications, make a comment and like it, because it all helps this channel. Thank you so much, Pisces. Thank you. You may well be asking, why from Java? What's important about tarot from Java? And the truth is, there is nothing so important about tarot from Java. Simply that here in Java, we have many different spirits who will come to help in your tarot reading. It'll probably put a different reflection on things. For example, the spirits here are less likely to be concerned about love and finances, despite people in Java being every bit as interested in these things as the rest of us. But maybe the spirits are trying to tell us something else. Now I'll be using probably 2 decks, but out of 3 decks. So the first deck is Tarot Nusantara. The second deck is the Steampunk deck. And the third deck is the Light Visions Tarot. Tarot Nusantara is actually a new one to me, which I love, whereas the light visions I've struggled with as a result of the rendering. Although I think I'll grow into it, I will keep using it and coming back to it. You can see on all of them I'm using quite a lot of salt, and that's to clear the energy and the spirits from them, something that I do fairly regularly with my tarot. And I also, you'll see a number of Jimat there that I use just to bring a good energy to the tarot and to my reading. Perhaps the most important mystical object we use in Java is the kris, the curly knife that you can see that I've placed across both decks. Kris are very important for bringing the spirits to work on any object here in Java. And I call on the spirits of the mountain to assist me in shuffling the cards, in picking the right cards and interpret them correctly for Pisces for July 2022. As I say, the energy running through it all is the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands isn't a bad card, and it's not a bad card to have energy running through it. It's just with some of the other cards, I'm not wary of it. I'm not wary of it, no. But I need to understand some of the other cards. Because it's a card of you planning things, you having options, and you considering those options. And you know, that's normally a good sign. You look at the card, he's got a world in his hand, he's looking overseas, so it's as though he's broadening his horizons. Which is no bad thing, is it? It's no bad thing, and it's no bad thing to have running throughout the entire reading. It's just that I've got the feeling that somehow a rug has been pulled from under your feet from the other cards, and that's why you're having to do this. So let's look at the other cards, eh? And you see, one of the reasons why I'm wary of that Two of Wands being the overall energy is in your past we had the Three of Wands, and whenever you go down, it's not a good sign. It's like you're going backwards. So this was your past, and whereas the Two of Wands is you considering your options, the Three, you're actively planning them. You're making action plans. You're saying, right, I've looked at my options, now how am I going to do it? And you can see he's looking overseas again. So it is a world is your oyster sort of card, but you were further ahead in the past than you are now. So it does concern me. And I think we know the reason. You know, I think the next card tells us the reason, but it doesn't really tell us exactly what's going on in your life. No, sorry. You see, the current energy is the Justice card. So I believe it's this justice that's caused you to go from actively planning to do something back to considering your options. So justice has certainly made you reconsider what you're doing, reconsider your direction. Now, I actually think that it's not a bad thing that you're reconsidering your direction. I think the justice is probably coming to remind you of some things that are important in life. I mean, it could be legal, it could be a legal situation, but it doesn't have to be. We might simply here be talking about a karmic type of thing, or just simply you getting things balancing out. Well, things balancing out, you know. Yeah, I don't see it as a bad card necessarily. But it does pull the rug from under your feet. It does make you reconsider, but I think it might be a necessary reconsideration about who you are and what you want and what your priorities are. And you look at it, well, I mean, she's got that kris in one hand. They used to be used for execution, particularly the straight ones like that. No, I'm not suggesting you're about to be executed, Pisces, Please don't see it as that. She's got the scales of justice. I mean, justice will always be firm but fair. So even if it's coming for you, you know, if you repent and you're honest, you've got nothing to worry about. No, maybe you have done something wrong. Maybe it is against you. And the next card is the Hermit card. That's you going inside yourself, looking for answers inside yourself. And, do you know, this is the future. And it just occurred to me, if that is legal justice and it's against you, do you go to jail? Because if you do go to jail, you certainly have time on your hands to think about things, don't you? I'm sorry if I'm putting too negative a slant on this, but that is one possibility. I mean, the other possibility is just you have the rug pulled from her. Oh God, I've just realised, you know, before you were planning on doing something and now you're considering your options, because if you are in jail, you can't do anything, can you? Now look, maybe I'm taking this far too far. So those could be metaphors, you know, but you're definitely looking inside yourself for answers. And you look at him, yeah, he's looking in that lamp. He's standing in the sea, not oblivious to it, isn't he? All he cares about is looking for those answers, looking for the answers inside himself. Yeah. And the energy impacting on the outcome doesn't really fit the analogy that I've just made about justice coming and you going to jail, or I don't think it does. Because this is the Page of Cups. And this is you going out in search of something new ideas, perhaps something creative. Could even be love, But you're very open to things, you're very open to new... Ooh, yeah, you know, the whole thing is about you considering your options, and this is you saying, right, I'm going to try something new. So again, it would fit with you being in jail and turning over a new leaf, wouldn't it? It would, yeah. You look at him; he's on the seashore. He looks, you know, it looks like, yeah, he's. There's an innocence about him, isn't there? Yeah, he thinks that the cup with the fish coming out of it is exciting. Yeah, there's an innocence there. Now, the card that changes the outcome or makes the outcome less important is the Death card. And this is an abrupt ending to something. Now, of course, that also fits in with my idea. And please, it's just an idea of you going to jail, doesn't it? Because it would be the end of things. I mean, it's just an ending. It's probably a painful ending. So so I think this justice is against you. Or if it's not against you, it's against somebody you were very close to that was a part of your plans. I mean, it might be justice in your favour and you don't know that they've been doing you wrong. So, you know, it is a good thing. It could be that. It could be that. I mean, you look at the card, it looks very bleak, doesn't it? With the angel of death riding on the horse with the scythe there and killing people. But there's that old man standing up to him. And in the background is a Hindu temple on a hill with the sun. So, you know, after death comes rebirth. And of course, there's quite a lot in this reading that does suggest a need for rebirth. So, well, we'll see. Now, the outcome, I believe to be a good outcome. The outcome is the King of Swords. Now, this is about authority. But normally my readings are your energy. You know, I mean, you could read it that the outcome is that, you know, you feel the full weight of the law on your shoulders, but I don't, that's not how my cards normally go. That's not how they normally go. No, I think you're stepping into your authority Now, of course, if you had been to jail and you turned over a new leaf, maybe that's what it's about. But do you know, I don't think it is. I think what we should read into this is somebody close to you, somebody that was a part of your plans, was actually cheating you in some sort of way, doing you wrong, and they are brought to justice. And this is what causes your rethink. And it's what causes you to step into your authority. Yes, of course, you step into your authority because you realise that you need to, or you're going to be exploited. Yeah. I'm going to get some clarification before I sort of really am certain on all of this. I seek clarification on the death card, and the first card of clarification we get is the world card, which is everything changes and good fortune for you. The next card we get is the Seven of Wands, is about you scoring some victories, not winning battles rather than wars, but they put you on a pedestal and makes other people jealous. And the final card is the Empress card. Sorry, the High Priestess card. And the High Priestess is, sorry, she is the Empress, yeah, is the Empress card. I mean, it could be about pregnancy. It could be about not necessarily actual pregnancy, but something new. She's very indulgent. She's very indulgent. She likes the good things in life. I think there's a bit of a warning here, but let's look at each card individually. So, Pisces, we're getting clarification on the Death card, which is an abrupt and probably an unpleasant ending. And the first card we get in clarification is the World card. This is change, this is things coming to an end, and it normally is about good luck. So, it's actually suggesting to me, not just this Death card, but the whole reading, that everything that's happening is necessary, that it's in your best interest, all that's happening. That's how it feels to me. You look at the card, well, it's a lovely card. It is about change, it is about change. It's a cycle coming to an end, and normally I'd associate it with good fortune. And the next card of clarity is the Seven of Wands card. That's scoring some victories. They're victories, they're battles rather than wars won, but you've struggled and you've won them. But people resent you. It puts you on a pedestal and people resent you. People are jealous of you. So is that why everything comes to an end? And I think this is, going back to that Justice card, I think somebody around you was jealous of you, and justice comes for them. That's what I think it's about. That's what I think it's about. You look at her, well, she's up on a stage, isn't she? And yeah, brave woman, she's won some battles, but you can imagine people out to get her. Yeah. I think that's something of a warning, particularly that this is against this Death card here. And now we have the Empress card. Now, I mean, it could be about a pregnancy or the birth of something new, but what I think it is about life's luxuries, life's indulgences. You look at it, I mean, it could be about being in touch with nature, being in touch with your feminine side, being in touch with your inner self. But you look at her there, looks very luxurious, doesn't it? She does look pregnant though, but looks very luxurious, very decadent. Let me tell you what it's reminding me of. I've got a friend, as you know, I live in Indonesia, and he used to come to Indonesia a lot. He had a little bit of business in Indonesia, not a lot. But he does across Southeast Asia, so he's often, he used to be often over here until the world decided that we were no longer allowed to travel. And, I used to see a bit of him. And one of the times he came over, he brought his accountant with him. And, I think they had a good time in Indonesia. But it turned out later that after that trip, the accountant started stealing money from his business. And in fact, so much money that it came close to bankrupting this guy, my friend, but also the accountant. He said to him, look, I'll either turn you over to the police or, you can pay me back as much as you can. And in doing so, he had to sell his house. So it ruined the accountant's life. It nearly ruined my friend's life. And what was he spending his money on? Well, he'd met an Eastern European prostitute in Manchester, and it was going on here. It's the very feeling I'm getting from this. That somebody you trusted, somebody you got plans with, is brought to justice. Yeah, that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Okay, I think we can summarise for you, Pisces. Pisces, this is quite a dramatic reading. Justice occurs. Right now, there is justice. And now I think it's justice sort of in your favour. I did have one thought that it was against you and you were going to jail, but I don't think so. No, I think somebody quite close to you, somebody you've been making plans with, has been in some shape or form, somebody that was very much a part of your future plans, has been cheating you. And the reason there's two reasons why they're cheating you. One is they're jealous of you. But second, they've developed a taste for the good life, for luxuries. I don't know if it's drugs, I don't know if it's prostitutes, I don't know if it's just expensive holidays or expensive pairs of shoes and handbags, but they've developed something, and I think they're cheating you, and justice comes for them. And of course that changes all your plans, and it makes you very introspective, inward looking. So whereas before you were planning, now you're considering your options. And yes, I've got it, yeah. You actually have two options. The first option is to sort of go out there, look for something creative with a wide-eyed innocence again. Don't let this affect you. Go back out, brush the dust off yourself. Go out and look for something new, something exciting, something that will grab you. Or you can let it get to you and you can let it completely destroy your plans. And you can let it, you can let it completely destroy your plans, and it will be something new, but, the one is actively going out and seeking this something new with a wide-eyed innocence. And the other is just allowing events to happen and for everything that you thought you knew to be destroyed. Now, it sounds bad, that second one, but I'm not too certain it is, because I think your world could change dramatically in your favour. Now, if you choose the earlier option, you're going to end up realising that you need to exert more authority. The reason why there was this betrayal, what I think is a betrayal, is you didn't put your foot down enough, you didn't exert enough authority, and you end up doing so. Yeah. But as I say, I think the option that sounds worse, an end to everything, might actually have a silver lining to it. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed Tarot from Java as an addition to my channel, The Magic of Java. Please take a look at the other videos that I have on this channel about magic from Java, and I hope that you will become a subscriber. Now, if you want to hear your next tarot reading, hit the button, and that will inform you of when I publish new readings. I'm certainly going to do a reading for every month, but maybe I will try them a bit more frequently, say a mid-month reading, and maybe also some special readings. But above all, thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you, and enjoy Java.